MLB The Show's coverage of Major League Baseball is on the air. Coming up, we've got a good matchup in store between the Colorado Rockies and the Chicago Cubs. Cubs baseball starts right now. Steele, Mississippi native, will be on the mound in this one. What do we need to know here, Danny?
Hey, you take a look at that ERA. That's a little bloated right now. This guy's a better pitcher than that, but he hasn't been real consistent. One good game, one bad game. I think what he needs to do, if he can string together 3 or 4 good quality games in a row, that ERA will start creeping back down. He definitely needs to start pitching a lot better than he has up to this point, and it'll be interesting to see if he can turn it around in this one.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. Jose Iglesias is in to start things off as he looks at a ball to start the inning 1-0. Dan, D-Row, the Cubs, as they take the field here this afternoon.
They come in playing well. 6-3 over the last 9 ball games, including a victory last time out.
Yeah, Matty B. Hey, D-Row, we're looking at a team that's playing some pretty good baseball right now. Through the first 5 games in this homestand, 4-1, and looking for some bigger and better things. Yeah, we had a chance to sit down before the game after BP with the manager. He was really pleased with the way his team has played in these last 5. Let's see if it continues today.
So 1-1 home. Misses ball 2.
One strike.
The 2-1. And a little off to begin the afternoon. It's to 3-1 now.
He's only 4 pitches in, but he doesn't look too sharp to start the day off.
The 3-1 pitch.
Hopped up. Madrigal is there. Looks it into his glove, and there's one gone.
Batting second. The second base. Double 1.
So the bases are empty with one man gone. And up steps Garrett Hampson to bat. Now the third baseman sneaks into position to cover a potential drag bunt. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And this one's not close. It's in the dirt for ball 1. Hampson has what you'd call elite speed. His legs are a big part of his game on both sides of the scorecard.
This is one tool, Matty, I know nothing about. I used to get to first base, hand my batting gloves to the first base coach, give daps to the first baseman and be like, yo, what's up? This guy gets on first base and he's thinking about second and third.
Fouled off again, and now he's in a 1-2 hole. Fouled off.
He got a mistake right there, but missed it. Can't foul that pitch off in a big spot. 0-2 count. Heater caught too much of the zone.
Strike 3 on a pitch in the dirt. Contreras is after it, and the throw is made to record the second out of the inning.
That is third.
Here's Charlie Blackmon now. He went deep in the contest last night. Here comes the first pitch. Hard hit towards center. But this will not get down quickly enough as it's pulled in out there in center, and that ends the inning. 3 up, 3 down for Colorado. And now it
that's really struggled lately. ERA over 5 in his last 3 starts, so he's going to have to really improve on that one. Too many base runners, too many hits, and too many walks. He needs to get off to a good start and maybe throw up a 0 in the first inning.
Digging in now, Ian Happ. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first. The pitch. Ball 1. These Rockies guys come in trying to bounce back from a loss last time out, but they've been in good form lately, 5-2 over their last 7.
Yeah, guys, dropping yesterday was a heartbreaker without question. But you know what? You find a way. You show up to the yard today, you get out of the cab, and you watch countless hours of video, and you try and formulate a game plan to get this back to 500. 1-1 to start the road trip, and you're moving in the right direction.
Hey, there aren't too many power hitters in the game that would let that pitch go by.
And it's 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And the knuckle curve that time. Got him swinging, and that's the first out.
Not a lot of guys throw that knuckle curve, but some guys have a lot of success with it. Some say it has more bite than the traditional curveball, but I think it's more of a feel thing. It just works for certain pitchers, and it worked right there.
Next to hit will be Wilson Contreras, as he'll try to hold back on the swing, but he went around for the first strike. He comes in with that average down to the 240s. 11 home runs and 34 driven in. In there, and it's 0-2 now. So let's take a peek at our umpiring crew in this one. Behind the plate is Gary Simmons.
You know, Dero, Gary Simmons, he's one of those umpires. He'll give you one thing or the other. At times his zone can be a little wide, and then he's a little more strict north and south, but he's a pretty consistent umpire.
The key, Dan, is be consistent. You want to give him the inside half, I'm okay with that, but then you can't give him away. If you're going to stay east-west, you better pick one side.
So striding in, Clint Frazier. And as you can see, he's had some troubles here in his own ballpark. That's something he'll look to improve upon in this one. Here's the first pitch to him. High in the air down the right field line. And foul. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Hit hard down the line, but this will wind up a foul ball, strike 2. The windup and the 0-2 pitch.
Going to be a long day if he executes like this, punching tickets right out of the gate.
The 1-2. It's taken down and in for a ball.
He started this guy backwards, couple of off-speed pitches early, followed by back-to-back heaters. He can go either way he wants to go right now.
2 out, nobody on. And a great inning here as he gets another punch out and strikes out the side in order. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs. We are still scoreless.
So that'll bring up C.J. Cross
coming off a 3-hit performance in the loss last night. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Left side of the infield into the shift. Fielded cleanly. Throw to first will be in time, and there's one gone here to start the second.
So here's how the Chicago Cubs are positioned defensively. And guys, the thing I want you to take a look at today is in today's game, the new age, everyone wants to move around. This manager does not like to shift a lot. Maybe a step to your right or left, but there's a lot of trust that the pitchers are going to execute. So let's see how it works out for them in this one.
Randall Grichuk at the plate now. And the first pitch misses to him. It's ball one. And he's got that batting lineup near the 300 mark entering play. Now the 1-0. Misses for the second ball.
That's where he wants that sinker to end up, but that was a nice job of laying off.
Still looking for our first hit in the ball game. 3-0 now.
I'd be shocked if this wasn't a 4-pitch walk right here. He doesn't want to mess around and leave something over the heart of the plate and get beat in this situation.
Swinging away, and now the count will be 3-1. On the ground to the right side. And there are 2 away now.
Batting fifth, the catcher, number 35, Elias Diaz.
Striding in for the Rockies, Elias Diaz. He'll work on keeping this top of the second alive. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Lifted down the line in left. And that's going to land foul. Here it comes. And a pitch in the dirt as he lays off. It's 1-1. Hit weakly back to the mound. Oh, and he has some trouble with it. But they'll get the out at first anyway. And that, rather bizarrely, will end the inning. 1, 2, 3 go the Rockies. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Digging in, Patrick Wisdom. And he's looking to turn the page. The bat's been ice cold over the last 8 or so ball games. The pitch. Got swung on and missed for strike 1.
Hey, not too often we see this hitter come outside his game plan, outside the zone, but that pitch was just so tempting.
Something terrible.
Yanked on the ground down the line. And a base hit. The first of the game for the Cubs.
He was able to recognize that pitch early. His eyes lit up on that one. Able to pull it down the line for a nice base hit.
Right. Window.
Stepping in, Frank Schwindel. And he is proving to be something of a non-threat with the bat in his hands this year. The average isn't pretty. He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. And he'll miss the target away with the fastball. It's 1-0. Lifted in the air out towards left center. Center fielder giving chase. He can't get there as it falls in.
Hey, 2 runners on after back-to-back singles right there. They are in prime position to put the first run on the board right here.
Simmons.
In line now is Andrelton Simmons, as the first pitch to him is taken low and away for ball one. The 1-0 home. Wisdom over at second. Schwindel on at first with nobody out. 2 balls and a strike to count to Andrelton Simmons.
Hey, time to start making some quality pitches. He finds himself in a tough spot behind an account with guys on base.
Cubs shortstop with a 3-1 count.
3-1 here. You have to make a good pitch on the mound. Grooving one here rarely works in your favor unless the hitter tries to do too much with it.
Hitters count all the way. Here it comes. And I don't think that's what he wanted to do, as the bases are loaded now with still nobody out.
I think he was trying to be a little too fine there, and a walk is the result. Well, the good news is he has a force at every base. The bad news? A single probably drives in a couple of runs.
Standing in now with runners in scoring position, Nick Madrigal. And he could give his guys an early lead if he can come through here. A ball and no strikes.
When you're hitting in a situation like this, you have to find a way to slow your heart rate down. The pitcher's the one with all the pressure. You're looking to keyhole something middle of the plate and drive some runs in.
1-0 pitch. It is taken, strike one. Swing, and he pops him up. And I believe, yes, the umpire signaling for the infield fly rule.
All right, guys, so here's how the Colorado Rockies set up defensively. And let's focus our attention on one of the most dynamic defenders in our sport, and that's shortstop Jose Iglesias. I want to tell one of our camera guys, do not take your lens off this guy, because he is going to make a highlight reel play every game, and I guarantee something goes down today.
Nico Horner stands in as he checks his swing here for strike one. And a golden opportunity here to give his guys the lead with 3 men aboard. Set to deliver the 0-1.
Hey, he threw that pitch with a purpose to get a double play. Good job to let it go by, though, as a hitter.
The 1-1 home is in there for the second strike. Bottom of the second here with no score. Heading out towards shallow right. Blackman has it, and I'd be surprised if they send the runner.
Batting ninth, the pitcher, Justin.
Into the box now for the Cubbies, Justin Steele. And he does so with 2 gone in the inning, but with the bases loaded. And the slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball. And a fastball here that's taken for ball 2.
Can't fall behind against the pitcher. Need to minimize pitch count against the easy outs, and this is certainly one of them.
Down low, and the plot thickens here. 3-0.
It's amazing how guys can lose focus sometimes when the weaker hitters come up, especially the pitchers. You got to stay on the attack and minimize pitches and get these guys out in a hurry.
Here's the 3-0. Good fastball down around the knees there, taken for a strike.
Taking all the way there, and a walk could be huge here, so I wouldn't be surprised if he's got the bat on his shoulder again on the next pitch.
In there, and he's taken him as far as he can go now. It's full, 3-2.
This is the cat and mouse in today's game. 3-1 almost definitely bought you that fastball, and he took it. Interested to see if this pitcher goes to that well again. fear of bases being loaded, or he's willing to break something off.
And this is a great example of what happens when you can't find the strike zone. The first walk of the inning looked harmless enough, but this one brings a runner home. Self-inflicted wounds are always the hardest to swallow.
Digging in to try it again, Ian Happ. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. First offering on its way. Check swing, but he held up in time. Ball one. Ready with the 1-0. Called strike at the knees, 1-1.
Hey, I don't mind that batter taking that strike right there. He's walked a couple people early in this game. Got to find out if he can find his zone. If he wants to walk them all in, we'll take it.
1-1. Here it is. Lofted in the air out toward right center. Blackman's after it. And he makes the catch as just the one run comes across in the inning. 2 hits in the inning lead to a run for Chicago. We played 2 full. It's the Cubs 1 and the Rockies nothing. Now to the plate, Jonathan Daza. He's the number 7 hitter, but he's leading off the 3rd after the first 6 guys in the lineup have been retired in order.
Yeah, it's been a great start to the guy on the mound. It'll be interesting to see if they can find a way to get to this guy before he really settles in.
And now the third baseman sneaks into position to cover a potential drag bunt. First pitch coming. Here it is. Lifted down the line in left. And this is going to get down. It's a foul ball. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Swung on and lifted in the air to left center. Happ will slide over and put this one away, and that's out number 1.
Batting eighth, the third baseman, number 7, Brendan Rodgers.
So 1 away now in the Colorado 3rd, and that'll bring up Brendan Rodgers. Ready. Here's the first offering. The 1-0.
I got 2-1 to count.
Bases are empty, 1 man out. First hit of the game for Colorado.
Dan, how hard is it to massage your way through such a deep lineup? I mean, even the 8 of 9 hole hitters are solid big league players.
You know, Mark, these days you're not seeing a lot of defensive specialists in the infield or outfield. If you're in that starting lineup these days, there's a pretty good job you can swing the bat.
Expecting a potential bunt, the corner infielders come way in to try to protect. At the plate, number 26. And they'll try and play for 1 here as he gets this one down. Only plays to first, so the pitcher does his job as it's a successful sacrifice.
Number 11,
So stepping in, Jose Iglesias, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. First pitch of the at-bat. Hit hard back up the middle. A dive, but he can't knock it down. It's through for a base hit. Oh, but it's offline, so the run will score. The tag, and they'll get him at second. And with that, the side is retired. Rockies forced to settle for 1. We'll move on to the bottom of inning number 3. All tied at 1-1.
We're just about set to go here as the Cubs come to bat in the 3rd inning, and Chicago fans have been fortunate to watch one of the best offenses around this season. To start the day, they are ranked among the league leaders in both home runs and slugging percentage. I asked some of the hitters about their approach prior to the game, and they told me it's all about pitch selection. They trust in their talent, so as long as they're picking on good pitches to hit and not getting anxious to swing in the box, they know that will translate into a lot of production. Certainly seems to be working for them this year, guys.
Good stuff, Heidi. Thanks. Here's the young catcher, Wilson Contreras, as he lays off a fastball too low for ball 1. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Contreras in front, 2 balls and no strikes.
You can see this guy's more focused at the plate right now. In that first AB, he went down on strikes.
Two and one after the foul ball there. Now the pitch. Hit sharply on the ground. Oh, and he can't pick it up cleanly. And the recovery's too late as he's able to beat the throw to first.
Now batting, the right fielder, Clint Frazier.
Into the box, Clint Frazier. As he'll take a look at a pitch too low, it's ball 1. 0 for 1 here in the early going. This is to left field and deep off the bat of Frazier. Into the bleachers and gone. A 2-run job by Clint Frazier, number 14 on the season, and with it the Cubs have taken a 3-1 lead.
Boy, talk about when you're hot, you're hot. Gets 2 bombs yesterday and another long bomb so far today. When this guy gets hot, he's near impossible to stop. I'm not giving this guy a pitch anywhere close to hit.
The bat.
Plate now, Patrick Wisdom. And he'll watch one miss up and away for a ball. 1-0. 1 for 1 after a single his first time up. Now the 1-0.
Hey, not a good spot to be, down 2-0. This guy has some serious pop at the plate. I'm expecting a big hack here.
Too tight with that one. 3-0.
To be honest with you, I'm a little bit more afraid of the guy on deck than the guy that's up right now. If I'm on the mound, I want this guy up right now. He's the guy that's got to beat me.
Swinging on 3-0. Now 3 balls and a strike. Bases are empty here. Nobody out. Too high, and that cost him ball 4.
Yeah, the pitching coach would hate to go to the bullpen this early in the game, but sometimes you have no choice. On the flip side, he might just get in his face a little bit out there, try to challenge him, wake him up from this funk. Either way, we'll see how it works.
So striding forward now, Frank Schwindel. He singled his last time up.
Yeah, guys, everyone knows he's been slumping. Dan, you can certainly attest to this, only amassing a solid 1 hit in your entire career. But pressure's off now. Maybe he gets hot.
1-0 the count. Just off the outside that time, laid off for a ball.
Well, this is a spot you'd like to be in. 2-0, good hitter. He's going to turn it loose right here.
Hit high and deep out to left field. And this one is gone. A home run. It's a two-run shot to straightaway left. His first home run of the season as they stretch the lead to 5-1.
Well, in just a little more than 2 innings of work, he's given up 2 homers. Could be just one of those games for him. We'll see how much rope they give him. It's definitely getting shorter at the moment.
Up next,
so now to the plate will be Andrelton Simmons. As he'll go after the first pitch and bounce it into foul territory. He comes into this one at 248. 6 home runs, 18 driven in. That's taken. Now it's 0-2.
He's attacking this hitter a lot more aggressively than he did the first time when he faced him and issued a walk. Coming right after him here.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And a check swing. Did he go around? No, says the first base umpire. It's ball 1. The 1-2 is a fastball in off the plate for a ball.
Having a hard time putting this hitter away here, and when I was looking at the tape on him from his last start, this is what I saw a lot of. He's not closing the door on guys, and when that's the case, they eventually get a pitch that they can do something with.
Here now the 2-2. Hit hard on the ground is short. Iglesias is up with it. Throw on to first, and one shortstop grounds out to the other, 1 away. So with 1 gone in the inning, time for a quick check of the standings in the National League West as you get a look at where the Rockies find themselves entering play here today. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Nick Madrigal. He flew out in his last at-bat. Here comes the first pitch. Fouled away. Four runs here in this half inning. The 0-1 is a fastball low, and that evens the count at 1-1. And that misses. 2-1.
It's one thing to get hit around, but it's far worse when you're getting yourself into trouble by not throwing strikes. Every pitcher's been there, but it doesn't make it any less frustrating or unacceptable.
Now a check swing, but he does manage to hold up in time. Ball 3. That's in there, and it'll run the count to full. 3-2. Hit sharply on the ground to the left, and that gets through for a 1-out base hit.
And they've had some good at-bats against him all game long. It seems like it's just been hard hit after hard hit. As we take a look at his line here, the numbers do not lie. This has not been better outings, and he'd be the first to tell you that.
Standing in now, Nico Horner, as he takes a fastball off the plate for a ball 1-0. Flied out in his first at-bat, so make him 0 for 1 so far. One 1-0 pitch on the way. Pitch out, nothing doing. Runners on first with 1 down. Outside, 3-0 now.
You can really tell about how effective this guy's going to be when guys are swinging at that changeup. So far in this one, they've been real smart to let it go.
.30 pitch. comes with the fastball, but it's outside for ball 4.
What's the saying? When you find yourself in a hole, the first thing you should do is stop digging. Well, the guy on the bump obviously hasn't heard that one.
The pitcher, Justin Steele, steps up to the plate in a sacrifice situation, so let's see if that is indeed on right here. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. This is skied into the air to straightaway center. Daza is there. 2 gone.
Up next for the Cubs, the center fielder, Ian Happ.
Now back to the top of the lineup. Stepping in, Ian Happ. No hits to this point. Now he'll step out at the plate and reassess things here.
Not much.
Good lead there at second. Here's the pitch. And that misses for ball 1. In his career, Happ carries a hitting line just over the 280 plateau. The 1-0 home. Popped him up. Diaz is there, and he puts it away to stop the bleeding. 9 men come to the plate, 4 score. 3 innings complete. The Cubs lead this one 5-1. Set for the start of the inning, and next will be the speed threat, Garrett Hampson.
Lots of baseball left in this one as we're still early on, but you don't want to fall too far behind. They're already down by a bundle, and one of the things you want your leadoff guy to get on and set the table for the big boys to start driving in some runs.
And now the third baseman sneaks into position to cover a potential drag bunt. First pitch on its way. Ready. Here's the 0-2 pitch. And he'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2.
He didn't look overly fooled right there because a lot of pitchers will go to the breaking stuff 0-2, but he certainly looked ready for a breaker on that pitch.
Hit out towards second. Scooped up. Throw to first in time. 1 gone here in the 4th.
The right field, number 9.
All right, so time now for the Cubs Road to the Show report, as we see a couple of prospects who have been performing at a high level in the upper minors. And that'll bring in Charlie Blackmon, as he'll take a breaking ball too low, and it's 1-0. Hit it hard, but lined out in his first at bat. Can't sit back long enough, and the count evens up at 1-1. Right side. He's got it. Throw on to first, 2 gone.
The first baseman, number 25, C.J. Rome.
So bases are empty here with 2 gone, and that'll bring up the big first baseman, C.J. Cron. Here's the pitch.
I know he stole a strike right there, but he better be careful with that curveball. That's coming across and catching a lot of plate. And if he stays back, he's going to drive that thing with some serious authority.
And he fouls this one off. 1 run, 2 hits. No errors in the ballgame for the Rockies thus far. Popped up. Simmons is there for it. But the second baseman calls him off and makes the catch. And the inning is over. 3 up, 3 down for Colorado. They're down here 5-1. Just about set to go for the last of the 4th. But before we do that, here's Heidi Watney.
Thanks, Matt. In between innings, I was able to catch up with the manager of the Cubs to discuss his thoughts on his lineup so far. And flat out, he was very pleased with the quality of their at-bats. He said they're flat out doing an outstanding job at picking on pitches that they can do something with. And by that, he means pitches inside the strike zone. The numbers definitely back that up as well. Less than 10% of their swings have been at pitches outside the zone. For comparison, the Major League average is somewhere around 30%. Something they want to keep up as this game progresses, guys.
Thank you, Heidi. Here comes the first pitch. Oh, and this ball is absolutely blasted. High and deep. Gone out onto Waveland Avenue. A solo shot that time for Wilson Contreras. 12 home runs for him now thus far, and it's now a 6-1 ball game.
Man, this has been a rough one for this guy so far. That's the 3rd homer he's allowed today. He better start keeping the ball down in the strike zone, or that total might continue to rise.
At the plate now, Clint Frazier.
Right fielder.
As he'll take a look at ball 1. He's working on a 1-for-2 game so far. The 1-0 home.
2-0.
Hey, you want to talk about being in a zone? This guy's been raking lately, and it all starts with his pitch selection. 2 great takes, and he's almost daring the pitcher just go ahead and challenge him.
3-0 now. Patrick Wisdom waits on deck. The 3-0.
You maybe get 2 pitches a game where all the guesswork goes out the window. This is certainly that situation.
6 runs, 7 hits. No errors so far for the Cubbies. Can't keep that one fair, and now the count's full. Into the windup, ready with the payoff pitch. Line toward right center. And boy, the Cubs have come to play, as this is good for extra bases as well. And he's going to get to second now with nobody out.
Man, I feel for him, but you've got to call a spade, right? He's really struggling. The sample size is 3+ innings, and in that time, he's given up 8 hits, so it might be time to cut your losses and make a change out there.
Here comes manager Bud Black out of the dugout, heading for the mound. And a change is in the offing, as that'll be all for his starter this afternoon. So he'll beat an early retreat here this afternoon, as he could never really get into the flow of the ball game. Number 18 gets the call from the bullpen to pitch in relief.
Number 18.
In now, Patrick Wisdom, as he swings and misses at a first pitch fastball, 0-1. This year against right-handed pitching, Wisdom brings a batting average in the low 220s to the table.
He'd be the first to tell you he's not happy with his batting average this season, but he can beat you in a variety of different ways, and he has to because he wouldn't be here otherwise.
Behind 0-2 now. Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch. And it's fouled away. No one out with a runner at second. Fastball here that'll wisely lay off, and it's 1-2.
Hey, textbook waste pitch right there. Does he go elevated fastball again or something slow below the zone?
And a check swing here, but the bat clearly breaks the plane as he's set down for the first out. And with strike 3 recorded there, he's notched his first career major league strikeout.
Well, Matt, if he can become a consistent strikeout pitcher, you have to figure his career is going to end up being a solid one. All the best pitchers at this level have at least one pitch that they can go into in tough situations. So we'll see if he becomes one of those guys as his career goes along.
Settling in now, Frank Schwindel. He went deep for a 2-run homer in his previous at-bat.
Yeah, in his last at-bat, he hit a changeup out for a home run. So it'll be interesting this AB to see if they give him a steady diet of fastballs.
1 out and a runner on second base. And before the 0-1 pitch, he'll step out of the box and get his bearings a bit. From the stretch. No plate discipline that time, and he's in the hole now, 0-2.
It's not easy to get your barrel to a pitch that high. That can be an effective location as long as he keeps it above the letters.
And on 0-2, he misses with a fastball.
Man, that's a good take there on that 0-2 fastball just missed. He must have a really good eye at the plate.
The 1-2 is swung on and missed, strike 3.
For me, check swings are right there next to bang-bang plays at first as the most difficult calls for him to make. Taking a look at show motion, the batter doesn't appear to hold up enough, so I think the call was right.
From the stretch, Andrelton Simmons stands in as he swings and misses for strike 1. Good hard slider there, but it runs away. It's a ball and a strike. Runner in scoring position at second with 2 down. A little bit outside. 2-1. Decent lead at second. Here's the pitch. He's fallen behind now, 3-1.
I can't tell you how big a pitch the last one was. The difference between 3-1 and 2-2. 2-2, you're probably taking a turn for the dugout.
There's a swing and a miss at the off-speed pitch. It's a full count now, 3-2.
You know he wants to end this inning right here on 3-2, but I don't think we'll see him lay one in on the next pitch there with a base open to work with.
Now the payoff pitch home. Lifted down the line in left. And that will end up a foul ball. Swung on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning. Cubs tack on another courtesy of this solo home run. We played 4, and this is now a 6-1 ball game. Welcome back. Heidi Watney standing by as we get set for the top of the 5th.
Thanks, Matt. I talked with Rockies skipper Bud Black between innings, specifically about his club's offensive output to this point. And one thing he mentioned to me was the lack of discipline he's seeing out of their at-bats right now. He said they've been chasing at pitches out of the zone all game, which obviously doesn't usually lead to good results. Until they start being more selective with their swings, he said they will continue to struggle.
Okay, thank you, Heidi. All ready to go in the top of the 5th. And standing in is the veteran outfielder, Randall Grichuk.
This one doesn't look good so far. Down by a boatload as we enter the middle innings. It's about time they get something going. And the last thing you want to do is fall behind where you have to score a bunch in the 8th and 9th inning.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. And this is low, ball 1. Grichuk, once a Toronto Blue Jay, he came here by way of trade earlier this year.
I know he'd tell you he'd like to be playing a little bit better, but I think it's as advertised for this ball club right now. I think the manager is getting exactly what they expected.
The windup and the 1-0 pitch. And that pitch misses in the dirt, and it's 2-0 now.
Hey, always a good idea to take a couple of pitches when you're facing a young arm like this one. And now he's put himself in a real good hitter's count.
Wind up the 2-0 pitch. Here's a shot to left field and deep. Look at this. And gone. An absolute bomb. Randall Grichuk leaves the yard with a solo shot. Number 10 for him on the year. As the lead is cut to 4, it's 6-2 now.
Well, if you're going to give up a towering blast to one of the best players in their lineup, it's better to do it with no one on base. It stings, sure, but a solo shot isn't going to be the deciding factor in a game.
Now batting, catcher, NLDS.
Elias Diaz the next to hit. As he takes a cold strike at the knees, it's 0-1. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Hit on the ground to short. Taken in by Simmons. Throw on to first. So a good comeback there as he gets the first out of the inning.
The center fielder, number 2, Jonathan Daza.
Coming to the plate now, Jonathan Daza. 1 run in and 1 gone so far this inning. And now the third baseman sneaks into position to cover a potential drag bunt. First offering on its way.
All one, no play.
The 1-0. High and deep to right center. Long run for the center fielder, but he's not going to get this one. It's into the gap. He hit the corner and tries for third. And he's in there at third with a 1-out triple.
Here's another look at it right here as he drives it right between the 2 outfielders, heading towards the right center field wall. He was flying out of the box, so I think he was thinking triple all the way. By the time they get it back in, he's safely into third.
Brendan Rodgers bats next. Couldn't hold up on the curveball there as he went around for strike 1. A base hit in his first trip. Ready with the 0-1. And he pumps the fastball by him at 94. It's 0-2.
This is where, as a batter, you got to find a way to put something in the outfield. Get something elevated. I know you got to battle with 2 strikes and protect, but if anything is belt or above, you got to swing.
0-2, here it comes. A shot down the first baseline. But this will be a foul ball, and it's still 0-2. Fouled off. A man at third with 1 away. He got him, and it'll probably take a base hit now to get that runner across from third. Got him with a good high fastball there. Danny, we see a lot of that pitch in strikeout situations these days. What makes it so effective?
I think, Matt, what makes it such a tough pitch is you're changing eye levels. That fastball up looks so enticing to hit that you see that ball as a hitter, you think you can drive it, but it's really hard to get on top of that good high hard fastball.
Connor.
Grounder down the line at third. Off balance throw gets him. Nice play there as the side is retired. Rockies strike for 1, and it comes on this solo home run. Bottom of the 5th coming up. It's the Cubs 6 and the Rockies 2. Number 58 is on, and he'll take over on the mound in relief.
For Colorado, number 58.
Digging in and looking for more, Nick Madrigal. It was a single for him in his last at-bat.
Second baseman, Nick Madrigal.
First pitch coming. Here it is. Ready with the 0-2. Nope. Didn't quite catch the zone there. Ball 1. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
2 strikes.
Fouled away. Ball 3. 3-2 now.
And just when you needed a shutdown inning, a leadoff walk was certainly not on the agenda. He needs to bear down right here.
Fastball called, strike 3, and there's the first out of the inning.
Third baseman number 2, Nico Horner.
Stepping into the box, Nico Horner. It was a walk in his last trip. He's ready. Here's the first offering. This is line to left. Richard is right there as he'll put it away without much problem for the second out.
Number 35, Justin Steele.
Next to hit will be the pitcher, Justin Steele. First pitch on its way.
1-0.
Now a right-hander has started to get loose in the Colorado bullpen. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Cubs pitcher at the plate trailing with a 1-2 count. A little low. It's 2-2.
That was a nasty sweeping slider right there. If he was able to just catch the back door a little bit, he would have picked up that backwards K.
And they're working the outer half here, but that one's wide for ball 3. Ian Happ would be next. Something has to give. Here's the payoff pitch. And he lays off here. It's ball 4. And that is really cause for concern as he's just walked the opposing pitcher.
Up next for the Cubs, the center fielder, Ian.
So it's back to the top of the order now. And that'll bring up the former first rounder and Pittsburgh area native Ian Happ. From the stretch. Two out with the man at first. A 2-ball, no strike count to the Cubs center fielder.
Now this is the kind of count this guy feeds on at the plate. You can bet he's geared to hit the fastball right here.
Happ with a 2-1 count now.
Hey, boys, you talking about getting your A swing off right here? That's what it looks like. A guy with massive power letting it eat.
The 2-1 home will not catch the zone. Ball 3.
They know the threat this guy possesses at the plate. I know it's 3-1 in this situation right here, but I can't imagine anything comes over the heart of the plate.
A runner on first with 2 away. And he misses again. Ball 4. And that's back-to-back guys now that have reached base via the base on ball.
He did not want to let the hitter off the hook with 2 outs, and now he's got a runner in scoring position to deal with.
So in now for Chicago, Wilson Contreras. And we'll see what he can do here with a pair of runners on base and 2 gone here in the 5th.
And hey, it was a breaking ball to boot. This guy's a pretty good off-speed hitter. You could tell by that last at-bat he wasn't fooled at all. He sat back, waited, got the breaking ball, and didn't miss it.
Ready with the 1-0. Liner in there for a base hit. And a good throw will wind up holding that runner at third, so the bases become loaded now with 2 gone.
He got the pitch he wanted, and he didn't miss it right there. Hammer job.
Right fielder. Wait. Frazier.
So now to the plate, Clint Frazier. As he'll take a look at a slider that can't make it back to the corner. It's ball 1. He's 2 for 3 and looking for more here. The 1-0. Swing, and he pops him up. And this should get him out of it. Hampson is there as he makes the catch, and they'll tightrope out of danger as he strands the bases. Here's the shortstop now, Jose Iglesias. He was thrown out at second trying to stretch a base hit into a double in his last at-bat. And the pitch. First pitch of the inning is taken downstairs for a ball. It's 1-0. A ball and a strike to Colorado's leadoff batter. A 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. Looked like he was on that one, but it's 1-2. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Swing and a foul tip, but that's held onto behind the plate. It's a strikeout for out number 1. Stepping up now, Garrett Hampson. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time.
Yeah, I understand that, Matty, but this guy's got burner wheels down the first base line. I don't think he even concerns himself with that. He has to put it on the ground. That's part of what makes him successful.
And the pitch. And he starts him out with a strike on the outer half. Well, he's having a good amount of success here, Dan, even though he hasn't really gotten a ton of swings and misses.
Yeah, but for him, Matt, he's more of a pitch-to-contact kind of guy, and obviously it's working so far, and the way he pitches, it really keeps his pitch count down.
And he'll come back with 1 in the third as the count moves to 2-1 now. 1 out, nobody on. Hit back up the middle, and that'll find its way into center field for a 1-out hit.
There's a hard hit ground ball. Pitcher not able to get a glove on it. Hard single up the middle.
Yeah, watch your lips right there, Dan. Sent it back right where it came from.
Stepping in now, Charlie Blackmon, as the sinker to him finds the zone for strike 1. 0 for 2 for him to this point. Oh, and 1 count, and the pitch. Good hard slider there, but it runs away. It's a ball and a strike.
Every ball club has that spark plug guy, and this is the guy right here. He usually ignites a lot of productive innings.
Ground ball sent back up the middle. Step on the bag for 1. On to first as they get the double play to get him out of the inning. Nothing doing for the Rockies. They still trail here. It's 6-2. Bottom of the inning. inning now. Digging in is the outfielder, Patrick Wisdom.
The left fielder, number 16.
Now here's the pitch. Here's a swing, and oh man! Way out of here. A solo shot here to left. 12 home runs for him now thus far, and the lead is now 7-2.
I think if this pitch would have been a little higher and in on his hands, it would have been effective. But he left this one belt high. Big mistake. He's a guy that will feast on belt high pitches on the inner half, which is pretty obvious now.
Frank Schwindel will stride in, but first we take you back to the third as you take another look here at his two-run homer that had him rolling early on. Now here's the pitch. And he fouls this one off.
It's going to be back to some serious tee work if he can't put that pitch in play right in his wheelhouse.
1-1 the count to the Cubs first baseman. Up high, 2-1 now. No outs, nobody on. Started to go around, but he's able to check his swing for ball 3.
I love the ability to hold up right there, especially with count leverage. I know you want to get aggressive in the strike zone, but he was able to notice that that wasn't his pitch.
In there for a called strike. 3-2 now. And a changeup. Couldn't get him to bite, and it's ball 4.
Well, it's obvious that earlier home run he gave up is still on his mind. He had him 3-2, but he didn't want to give him anything over the heart of the plate to hit, so we'll see if that walk comes back to hurt him.
Ready for another chance? Andrelton Simmons. He comes in 0 for 2 thus far. Here comes the first pitch. Now a slider, and he gets ahead of him here 0-1. A runner at first with no outs here. Ball 1 as he lays off below the zone. The 1-1 home. Lifted down the line in left. And this will not be caught. It's a foul ball. A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. And he lays off it to even the count 2-2. Hit sharply on the ground. Rogers brings it in. The second for 1. On to first, a double play.
The batter, number 1, second baseman, Nick Madrigal.
So base is empty now after the double play, and set to go is the second baseman, Nick Madrigal. First pitch on its way. Swing and a miss, and he's behind 0-1.
With the way this guy's throwing on the mound, you cannot be chasing. You have to set your sights a little bit lower and control the strike zone.
2 out, nobody on. And he watches one dip low and inside for a ball. 1-1. knocked him up. Hampson has a play. No trouble with this one, and the inning is over. Cubs tack on another courtesy of this solo home run. 4, 5, and 6 coming up to start the 7th. It's the Cubs 7 and the Rockies 2. Here's C.J. now, and he'll get us started in what's officially the back third of this one.
It doesn't look very promising so far in this one as we move into the later innings. Down by a bundle, it's time to get some base runners and hopefully a long ball to get them back into this one.
First offering on its way.
Hey, there's an old saying in baseball, you need to take a strike in this spot. Well, he got one there. Now he just needs to find a way to get on.
Into the windup, here comes the 0-1.
Man, this guy's really pitched well so far, attacking the strike zone, and he's really kept these hitters off balance.
Into the windup, here comes the 0-2 pitch. And he'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2. This is line to left. Wisdom arranged to his left as he tracks this one down in left center for the first down.
Well, he hit that ball pretty well, but the only problem was that he pulled off it just a bit. The location was a little on the outer half, so he would have hit it even better if he would have stayed through the middle of the field with it.
Here's Randall Grichuk. He went deep last time up. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Bases are empty, one man out. Got him out of his front foot. It's 0-2.
The seventh inning is one of those innings when you might start seeing some warning signs from your starters that they're reaching the end of their rope, but that's not the case here. He looks really solid to me.
The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Well hit, but also well fouled into the seats and left. Splitter misses, and it's 1-2 now. One out, nobody on. And it's fouled away. Drilled right back up the middle. And that is through into center field for a one-out single.
Hey, guys, he's lucky he's getting this baseball back. He hung that middle of the plate. The batter's eyes lit up, and he was able to put good wood on it.
At the plate, Elias Diaz, as he'll take a look at a sinker here, too low for ball one. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. Looks at a sinker there that drops in 1-1. Into center field, line drive, base hit.
Hey, there's a base hit right there. Now they have a couple of runners on with less than 2 outs, but they're down by so much in this game that hopefully maybe they can get something started here in this inning.
Yeah, 100%, Dan. I played the game a long time. I've never seen a big league hitter give an at-bat away. You chip away and fight until that 27th out is made.
Your attention, please.
The Chicago manager up out of the dugout now, as he'll make the slow walk to the mound.
57.
And he's going to make a move, as that's going to be all for his starter this afternoon. So he'll leave here with 1 out in the 7th, as he now hopes the bullpen can go ahead and get him the W. Standing in now, Johnson. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1. 1 for 2 in the ball game thus far. Into the corner and slicing foul. The 1-1 home. And this one's in the dirt. So now 2 men in scoring position.
Man, that is such a wasted opportunity. 2 on, 1 out. Perfect situation to induce a grounder and get out of the inning, but instead he's wild, and both runners advance, taking the double play situation away.
The 2-1 home.
Boy, the Rockies have been looking for that big hit all game long. They haven't been able to come through so far, but now would be the time to come through.
Line to the right side. And this ought to plate a couple as this ball's down for extra bases. And this one scoots all the way to the wall. And the second run will score as well. And he's in there with a 2-run triple.
Wow, he's getting his daily conditioning in during the game. That's his second triple, so obviously he's seeing the ball great, and he's showing he knows how to motor around the bases just fine.